Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Central Oregon, UUFCO. I'm Pat Cayley and I'll be your worship leader for today. Well, happy Earth Day Eve. Today, members of our environmental justice team will be helping us celebrate and reconnect to our love of nature. And it's special for another reason. We have both the choir and the house band here today. So there's extra special organized chaos up here. Earth Day reminds us that we all share this marvelous planet and we are all entrusted in its care. And in that spirit, in this space, whether you're here today with us in person or on Zoom, you're welcome and valued, regardless of your age, income, race, identity, or personal journey. Whether you come with a heart filled with joy or one filled with sadness, you have a place here. We are all in it together. Thank you for being with us.
Please rise and body your spirit. Though below me feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life, and never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Good morning. Today is a day to reflect on our home, planet Earth. May the light of this chalice shine on our path to explore our values and beliefs on the environment, our home, the outdoors, and the planet. We may need to adapt, find new ways to cope, and build awareness to form our environmental resolutions. We encourage you all to reach out, connect with others in order to discover common ground on this subject to make a difference. We must begin to continue to encourage ourselves and others to work towards taking action, practicing hope, having positive interactions, and finding inspiration can lead us towards a healthier and cleaner earth. I quote, "The future we collectively face will be forged by our own actions. Climate change stands between us and a breathtaking and exhilarating future. We cannot afford to be paralyzed by fear or shame. We must act with power, love, and a sound mind. We must, together we can save ourselves." Catherine Hayhoe, a Canadian climate scientist.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the head, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Inc. My name is Amy Brock, and I'm the Director of Religious Exploration for Children and Youth. And it is time for our Time for All Ages. So if you are young or young at heart, you're invited to find your way to the rug for our story today. And while they're coming, I want to remind you that our theme this month is interdependence, and today that takes us to our beautiful planet Earth. So think about something that you really enjoy about living on planet Earth. What is your favorite thing about being an Earthling? Did anybody think of anything kind of cool or really cool that they like about being here on planet Earth?
We can breathe properly. Yeah, it's pretty good in most of the. Yeah.
We can breathe properly. The Earth gives us some good air to breathe. Yeah. Anything else? There's a lot of things to choose from. It can be hard to pick. Did anybody think about trees? Trees. Did anybody think about water? I thought about water. I really like water. Did anybody think about sunshine? There's so many things on our planet. Well, we're going to explore a story today to help us think a little bit about our planet and how we can maybe take care of it better. So while we're reading this story today, I want you to be thinking of something that you might be able to do to help us take care of our planet, and we'll talk about it at the end. It's called Something Happened to Our Planet. I'm worried that something bad is happening to our planet. Dad says that the air and oceans are getting warmer, and that's why storms and fires are worse now than they've ever been before. Mom says these changes won't hurt us now, but a warmer planet will make life harder in the future when I'm as old as Grandma. Grandma says that humans hurt the planet, but humans can fix the planet, and I'm just one human. The planet is so big, and I'm so small. What can I do? Ants are smaller than you, says my little brother Cameron. A colony of ants can move a mountain of dirt, said Dad. and they help plants grow. I thought about how much I could do if I was an ant. But what's the first thing ants need to work? Other ants. I asked my friends to be part of my colony to help our planet. At first, I thought I would be the leader since it was my idea. But then we ended up having 3 leaders, me and Carter and Tally. We're humans after all, not ants. Now we had to decide what we could do to help our planet. I already knew about pollution. How do we make the air cleaner? Asked Grandma. Plant trees is what Grandma said. I was confused, but trees are part of nature. How can they help? We are part of nature too. If we do our part, nature heals itself. Grandma explained that trees heal the air by taking in harmful gases that humans breathe and then giving us oxygen to breathe. The trees were working hard to save the earth. What could we do to help the trees? We named our group the Earth Patrol. The trees that we planted were as small as Cameron, but we knew that they would be big one day. We wanted to do more. We wanted to do something that would help the planet now, something big. Oceans are big, said Carter. We asked our teacher how we could help the ocean. She showed us a picture of a coral reef. My eyes stayed stuck on the screen. The coral reef has colorful plants and creatures, and they need each other and the water to survive. But warmer water hurts coral and can turn it white. What is making the water so warm? Asked Tally. It's the fuels that we burn and the things that we move and use and throw away. Even the cans of water bottles that we recycle, asked Carter. Yes, reusing is better than recycling, said their teacher. Maybe we can look for things to reuse here at school, I said. Perfect. Your group can start our school's first climate plan. Carter, Tally, and I gathered the Earth Patrol. Let's look everywhere in the school to get ideas, I said. We looked in the classrooms, in the library, in the cafeteria, hallways, bathrooms, and the playground. We even looked in the trash cans. It was easy to find the room with the biggest trash cans. We talked about what we could reuse at school, and in the end, we decided on lunch trays that could be washed and reused again. We wrote our ideas and reasons why on a piece of paper that we did not throw away. Then we took them to our principal's office, and we stood tall like trees as we showed him our paper. He liked our ideas, but he said that the school didn't have money to buy trays or the extra dishwasher that they would need to clean them, and we were disappointed. When I got home from school, I might have leaned on my mom and cried. I'm human after all, not a tree. But we did not give up. We asked our parents to help us talk about our ideas at the next PTA meeting. We called it Trays for the Planet, or TP for short. Cameron really liked our short name. We talked to my dad's friend who knows about energy and recycling, and we wrote more reasons why our school should buy trays and a dishwasher. We said that students could help collect and stack trays at the end of lunch. I kept looking at my tablet at the live feed of the coral reef. That's when I read that the plastic that we throw away sometimes ends up in the ocean and can hurt our fish. We went to the PTA meeting. All of us brought our parents, and Carter brought his cousin, who is a newspaper reporter. A lot of our teachers were there too. We took turns reading all of the reasons why we thought the school should buy the trays. And when it was my turn, I was shaky as a leaf in a rainstorm. The people in the meeting looked so serious. What if they laughed at me? At first, my voice was weak, but then it got stronger. And when I was done, I looked into the faces of the grown-ups. I still felt small, but I also felt big. I would like to see a coral reef in real life, I said. We all would, said Tally. First there was silence, and then clapping, and then waiting. The PTA said yes to Trays for the Planet. We could start to help the ocean right now. The other kids got their parents thinking about how to help the planet. They are going to find ways to get our school's energy from the sun. But here's the best part. Carter's cousin posted a story about our success, and now other schools may make their own climate plans too. We are all part of nature. If we do our part, then nature will heal itself. So while we were reading, did anyone think of anything that they could do to help our planet feel better? We could collect trash. Help what? Help nature, yeah. Maybe we could water it. One more thing, did anybody else think of anything else? You could feed our animals, that helps nature. Oh, we have someone right here. Do you want to tell us? You forgot. Sometimes, well, it's good. We can take more time to remember today when we go to RE. We're going to talk more about things that we can do to help our planet. But before we go, we're going to say the Children's Covenant. Will you help me? In this place, I am kind. In this place, I am loving. In this place, I am a friend to the earth and all animals and people. In this place, I am loved.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Good morning. I'm Chayla Sloper, the Congregational Life Facilitator, and I have today's announcements. You know, we need one another to tell us what's true, because when I would greet the people on Zoom, I was looking at this camera. And then finally, last week, Danny said, no, it's this camera. So this is one of the things that we need is proper information and to listen to reliable sources. So good morning, those on Zoom and those who are here. If this is your first time here, in either capacity, a warm welcome. And we hope that you will sign up for our communications. This is the best way to hear about what we're doing. We call it the All Congregation email, and it comes out midweek. You can sign up for that at the visitors table, at the connections table, which has been moved today to just outside the library. You could also sign up for a name tag there if you think you'd be coming back and you'd like us to know your name. And then also for the Zoomers, we have a virtual visitor form. So that's how you can sign up. Let us know that you are here today. I've got very good news. Bob Hadeen reported that 11 folks came yesterday for the repair and restoration of the children's area outside. A work party for UUFCO. So thank you very much for that. So today, after the service, our environmental justice team has invited different groups to come, including our own environmental justice team that will have a presence in the gathering hall. They're calling their shared presentation, it's not really like a live presentation, but just their presence there for healing our world. So if at the end of this service in particular you are feeling inspired to do something collaboratively with others, there will be some opportunities to sign up for those things. So today also at 11:30, after a comfortable, relaxed cup of coffee, you could also bring your coffee or tea or water. In the conference room, we'll have, this is class number 1 of the Membership Matters curriculum. So this is called Why Unitarian Universalism Matters. And if you hadn't signed up, but you'd like to stick around, it's basically a lecture format to go over the exciting things of church history and theological history and how Unitarian Universalism came into being. So that'll be in the conference room, which is right outside the staff offices. This week, we'll have 2 opportunities for usher and greeter training. If you've been coming for a while and would like to participate in making our Sundays just smooth and well organized, you can come on Tuesday during the day at 1 or Saturday morning at 9. The climate change discussion group will be this Tuesday at 6:15. The Bethlehem Inn dinner this Thursday still has some openings for cupcakes, milk, mixed vegetables. I'm getting my words all clumsy today. Mixed vegetables and also serving dinner. So there are those openings. You can go to the website, which is available in our all congregation email. Friday there is a blood drive. There's information about that in the Skyline. And I will say next Sunday is your last chance to participate in an Article 2 discussion. You don't want to miss it. The topics will be inclusion, inspiration, and freedom of belief. And the ultimate, most exciting announcement du jour is that Friday is line dancing. Yes, there is energy around this. And do you remember over the last couple months, there was a special word I wanted you to listen for. Do you remember that word? Auction. Very good. Thank you, Lisa. So it's an auction item. Marty and Liz have arranged this. There will be a credentialed line dancing teacher. And if you know there is an African proverb. I know Africa is not a country, but all the same, this comes from Africa. If you can walk, you can dance. And if you can walk in a straight line, you could do line dancing. And if that's difficult, you can hold on to your neighbor. But anyway, $20 per person. You can pay at the door. Cash is appreciated. And I have suggested before that I would love our congregation to be known as the Dancing Congregation. So let's all come out on Friday, support the auction, which supports the fellowship, have some fun, move our bodies, and, groove with it. So, as I like to say, let's be excited about life.
Our offering this morning will go to the social justice work of our congregation. This month's theme is interdependence. And as Unitarian Universalists, we know that our social world is nested within the natural world. Caring for people and caring for the planet are both necessary, and we can't do one without the other. Your gift to the congregation helps us carry out this work. And during the offering, we have a special performance by the house band featuring a duet with Robin Johnson and Rosalie Chamberlain, with Rachel Robinson on piano. This song, For Good, is originally from the musical Wicked, and it highlights the interdependence of relationships and how they allow us to grow, learn, and love.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by wind off the sea, like a seabird and a sightbird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, my wind off like the stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wooden road. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Good morning. I'm Ellen Atkin. I'm a member of the pastoral care team. Emily Dickinson has said the soul should always remain ajar. Each week we give voice to our shared gratitude, joys, and sorrows. You may also wish to light a candle located on either side of our sanctuary. We have a gratitude to the people who came to fix the playground yesterday. Wonderful. And Ben Morgan has a joy. Early Monday morning, April 8th, my first grandchild, Josephine Marie Morgan Myers, was born in Kendall, Florida. Daughter Anne Marie, baby Josie, and husband Wayne are all doing fine. Megan Hooker, earlier this year, I learned that both my jugular veins are compressed by about 80%. On Wednesday, I'll be having surgery in Denver to free up my left jugular vein and to repair a fracture in my sphenoid sinus that is causing another cerebral spinal fluid leak. Your good thoughts for my surgeon and his team to have a really good day at work that day for me. Bless her heart. and have a smooth recovery are much appreciated. And we'll be with you, Megan. Mary Rogers, a peaceful journey to Mike, my brother-in-law, as he enters hospice to transition from this life. Shannon Adams, I'm hoping for a gentle transition from memory care to hospice care for a family friend, Reverend Dick Weston, a much appreciated UU minister, an advocate for our Earth's health and social justice, a lover of whales and avocados. He is the son of a UU minister, Robert Weston. Noreen Halberstadt, it is with relief and sadness that my mom passed on last night. Her last 3 years were not easy, and she says, R.I.P. Nugs. Please hold these in your heart.
I should have taken a hint from Ellen and gone around the back. So for our meditation today, I want you to enter into this experience with everybody around you. Kind of settle in your seat, get yourself comfortable. You want to roll your shoulders or crack your neck. Don't crack your neck. Ask one of the doctors around here before you crack your neck. And take a look out the window. I see a bird flying by there. You can see the trees. Even within this building, we are a part of that nature. Take in a breath, and you're breathing the oxygen that those trees have put out for us. Settle into your seat, feel your feet on the floor. Feel the gravity that is holding you in a loving embrace to this earth. And then if it's comfortable, close your eyes or leave them open. It's all up to you. Listen to the people slightly moving around you. Listen to them breathing and sense your connection to everyone in this room because they are also part of nature. And then enter into your imagination, if you can, sense what it's like to have roots pulling down into the earth from the bottom of your feet, from the base of your spine, from wherever you can feel that gravity that we just mentioned. And imagine we're like an aspen forest. Our roots are connecting to the roots of everybody around us. When we worship together. When we express gratitude together. When we take action to save the earth or help our neighbors, we do so together. And so if it's comfortable, imagine your roots entwining with the roots of the people next to you and with the roots of the people who are not here today, but who are nevertheless connected to you. And to those who have gone on before, who are still feeding you, who have set you up to be where you are today. And just sit with this for a minute. Keep breathing in. Keep sending your roots downward, finding nourishment, finding water, finding connection, and breathe. rejoin us in this room, but keep that sense of connection, that gratitude, that love for the intertwined community that we have here with ourselves and with the earth, who is the source of our life. Thank you.
Our speaker today is Mike Reed. Mike is the co-chair of our UUFCO Environmental Justice Team. He has been a member of this congregation since 2019. Previously, he was a member of a UU congregation in Bellingham, Washington. You may have seen him wearing an apron after worship service, helping out with coffee hour. He's also active in our men's fellowship and contributes to our facilities and grounds committee. Please welcome Mike Reed.
Thank you, Pat. Fellowship members, guests and friends here and on Zoom. With our spiritual focus this month on interdependence, and this being Earth Day weekend, I'm excited to ask the question, Earth Day, is love in the air? Earth Day events have already started, though officially Earth Day is not until April 22nd, tomorrow. But some of you may have attended some of the Environmental Center's community parade and fair yesterday here at Bend. I've heard many people attended. They have been organizing that event for the past 25 years now. Slide, please. No, this isn't a UU convention, though I bet some UUs were in that crowd. This is a picture of our very first Earth Day celebration, 1970, in New York City. There was so much energy and excitement surrounding that first Earth Day. 20 million Americans, over 10% of the population in our country, took to the streets, on campuses, and in major cities across the nation. Americans were tired of the environmental damage and pollution, all done in the name of prosperity. They were demanding a new way forward to provide a healthy planet for future generations. Slide, please. Oh, it's there. Many of you recognize this picture, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. According to some, one of 7 natural wonders of the world. When I was in my 30s, and my hair was brown, and I was definitely a bit slimmer, I hiked a number of trails into the Grand Canyon. When I look back, I really don't remember how sore I was. What I do remember is the raw natural beauty, the immensity, and the sheer power of the canyon. It is a wonderful gift from Mother Earth. Those hikes touched my heart, creating kind of a mini love story of sorts, a love of affection, of wanting to protect the canyon. Now, what does Earth Day have to do with the Grand Canyon? And how does the Grand Canyon relate to my central question, is love in the air? Before that first Earth Day, dirty emissions from nearby coal-burning power plants were polluting the air over the canyon. Visitors from across our nation and across the world were looking forward to witnessing this natural treasure, where they were often greeted instead with hazy, poor visibility. But because of Earth Day, the air over the canyon started to slowly improve. And not only in the Grand Canyon, but in major cities across our nation. Cities that were smoggy and polluted across our nation. Just 9 months after Earth Day, 9 months, President Nixon, recognizing voter demands, created the Environmental Protection Agency. And then 2 weeks later, signed a major amendment to the Clean Air Act. Today, thanks to the Clean Air Act, the Grand Canyon is afforded the highest level of air quality protection. Sensors monitor its air, and they not only help to improve its visibility, but they also reduce harmful pollutants flowing into streams and forests. By most accounts, the Clean Air Act has been a resounding success. It has been a great investment for America. And besides the Clean Air Act, those early Earth Day protesters carried forward momentum for other important environmental laws. The Clean Water Act, the Endangered Species Act, just to name a few. Those early Earth Day protesters wanted to do, as we say in our Children's Covenant, they wanted to be a friend to the earth. They took action to help, and you and I are now the beneficiaries of their efforts. So let's fast forward to today, Earth Day 2024. Our concerns are shifting to greater challenges in our air, or more specifically, in our atmosphere. We humans, you and I, in the industrialized, developed nations, are overloading our Earth's atmosphere with carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. It is upsetting the balance in the natural ecosystem of our Earth's atmosphere. And as you have heard, scientists label these changes global warming, climate change. In our interconnected ecosystem, organisms must learn to adapt to this warming climate, to this warming Earth, or, like the dinosaurs, they may perish. Call for slide, please. Thank you. The worry of global warming is not just limited to scientific and academic circles. Faith leaders from around the world are recognizing these environmental problems. In 2023, for the first time ever, the world's major faith groups came together in the World Climate Conference. This conference was hosted by the Muslim Council of Elders, and over 50 different faith groups attended. Christian, both Catholic and Protestant, Islam, Shinto, Hindu, Buddhism, Judaism, Sikhism, and more, including UUs. In fact, our UUs did get some recognition in a New York Times article related to the conference. These faith leaders gathered to share how they may best help guide their spiritual communities to restore, to protect, and to live in harmony with the natural world. Now, there is an old joke. Talking about global warming is definitely not cool. For me, global warming and climate change are gnawing at my general sense of security and safety. What will forest fires be like this year? Am I prepared? Some of you share my feelings and concerns. And now I'm going to welcome Chayla, our congregational life facilitator, to help addressing what many might call climate anxiety.
Hi again. Anxiety comes into our being when there is a problem, real or imagined, that we feel powerless to address or do anything about. And so one of the messages that we've heard repeatedly today is how can we face a problem that we have become inadvertent contributors toward how can we change the course of what is possible in our lives. I was in junior high school in 1970 when the first Earth Day happened. And I don't know the history, I'm sure it's written somewhere, whose idea it was. There probably was a person or a group of people. Maybe they were, we could pretend, make up something about how they got together. But I would venture to say that all of the activities that are earth-oriented are because of Earth Day. In our nation, and around the globe, that the connection between somebody following their inspiration, and that means to be breathed in, that started something that is still having a global impact. And so collaboration, whether at the level of our social connections or looking to leverage things like national power, who are the deciders for nations and states, and how can we impact those deciders? I confess I have not been watching women's basketball. But, I know, but do you know millions have been, and more viewership is happening. Do you know how long women have been pressing to be accepted as a valid sport? Even in our nation or in the Western world, I don't even know how far women's basketball goes. But so when we talk about climate anxiety, we're thinking, well, who am I? And yet there's a big power in we. The story that Amy told this morning, I think also has a key. Those of us who are, I would guess arbitrarily 50 and above, have grown up with certain understandings and certain patterns of who's calling the shots and what can we do or not do. And I would say it might be an inconvenient truth to listen to those who are younger, but there may be ideas and inspirations that will be a seed to do something more in the world. So as Unitarian Universalists, we have freedom of thought, we have the right of conscience, we absolutely have community. And I would just encourage us to find something that we feel particularly strong about. If love is in the air, what will our love inspire us to do? And possibly it will mean to do something that's inconvenient or changing a habit. But these are all things that help us feel empowered and that we can empower one another. So let's envision